I want to thank Paul and Claude especially. As Sir Isaac Newton said years and years ago, if I'm able to see a bit farther, it's because I have been able to stand on the shoulders of giants. And so that's how I feel about both of them. Thank you for making me a new member of Rotary today. I have been with you for about 6 months, and have enjoyed every minute of it, but I am really excited today to be a part of this, and especially to speak to you today because this week is National Travel and Tourism Week, and it is our tradition to celebrate the value of travel for our economy, our businesses, and, really just our personal well-being during this week every year, along with all of our nation's travel industry. And we have a lot to celebrate here, don't we? Yeah. I think we're going to show you a little bit about... Yeah, there we go. Oh, well... That's just one of the ads that we've been running in our drive market for quite some time now, and so I wish it would have been a little bit louder so you could have heard all of the excitement in the background, but tourism really does make us better, and each of us better, and it certainly makes Baton Rouge better. Tourism supports a lot of things that we all hold very dear: food, festivals, the arts, culture, heritage, and yes, guys, even it does support our infrastructure, our education, and all of the things that, like safety and security, all of those services that we enjoy. I'm here today to tell you a little bit, as Claude said, about who we are as Visit Baton Rouge, but also about what we do. And our mission, the Visit Baton Rouge mission, is to really increase the awareness of and visitation, and also the spending of those visitors here in our great capital region. We are truly an economic development engine. That's what we think of ourselves as. And we work with a lot of other partners who are sitting in this room or who are members of this organization as well, who consider themselves economic development engines as well for our community. Our vision is really to position Baton Rouge as a nationally recognized premier destination, one where our visitors leave wanting to share what their incredible, memorable experiences were when they were here in Baton Rouge visiting. It is, in a nutshell, Baton Rouge, we want to say that Baton Rouge is a place that people want to say, you must go see what they've done. You have to visit Baton Rouge. That's our vision. And we also envision a place that residents are proud to call home. A place where our young professionals don't want to leave. Or if they do leave, then they want to come back to. So what do we value at Visit Baton Rouge? Visit Baton Rouge promotes a culture of diversity, equity, and inclusion through all of our efforts and our business practices. But we also value partnerships. I see a lot of our partners here, the Downtown Development Organization, BRAC, BRAF, the Arts Council, all of the other economic development organizations in the area. We also value creativity, kindness, integrity, and just simply hard work. And that's what these folks who are sitting at this table, this is our senior staff, except for one, at Visit Baton Rouge. She was actually out selling for us. She is out of the state at a conference right now selling the area. And so they work every day to make sure that we are putting Baton Rouge on the map. We also value sustaining our authentic culture, our heritage, our traditions in all that we do. And essentially, what I'm here to tell you is that we exist to build a better Baton Rouge. That's what Visit Baton Rouge does every day. In fact, I wanted to share something with you that a colleague of mine wrote, and it was several years ago when she wrote this, but it kind of encapsulates everything that I wanted to share with you today about what we do. And this is our philosophy. If you build a place where people want to visit, you build a place where people want to live. And if you build a place where people want to live, you build a place where people want to work. And now, as we all know, people can live anywhere they want to and work. So we've got to build that place where people want to visit, that people enjoy coming to. If you build a place where people want to work, you'll build a place where business has to be. And if you build a place where business has to be, you'll build a place where people have to visit. As you can see, it's just an economic development cycle. And it really is, all starts with a visit. We say we're the first date on that economic development cycle. With millions of tourists coming to visit every year, the money they spend gives us the opportunity to make the city we love even better. I wanted to share with you that 7.2 million people visited Baton Rouge last year. Okay, that's 7.2 million people. I know you probably don't see all those folks, but maybe you see them in our restaurants and walking downtown, maybe with a tour guide those folks who have gotten off of those riverboats and visiting our city. We have 200 dockings this year of riverboats in Baton Rouge, 200. I think the first year we may have had 16, and that was just a few years ago. When more people visit our community, our economy definitely wins. And whether for business or pleasure, folks who visit our city help support local businesses across entertainment, dining, recreation, retail, and more. I mean, they visit our gas stations, our convenience stores, they go to our malls, they enjoy our attractions, and they're all spending their dollars while they're here. And in fact, more than 39,000 jobs are supported by our tourism industry just in the greater Baton Rouge area. And y'all, I know that sometimes the tourism industry gets a bad rap and says that, oh, well, those are low-paying jobs, they're just entry-level jobs. But guys, there are some really good jobs in the travel and tourism industry. In fact, BRAC just did a recent survey, a research project for us that showed that there are about 2,000 jobs in the East Baton Rouge Parish area alone that have a median income of 50, in our industry, that have a median income of $50,000 or more. And a lot of those are supervisory and managerial positions. And, you know, in our own office, I say all the time, we've got HR specialists. Thank you, Laura Lynn. We have sales professionals. We have folks who are in accounting. And I want to congratulate Danielle Prejean in our office. We just got a very clean legislative audit, which those of you who do that or have to go through that process know how hard that is. So we are very excited about that. We have marketing and communication specialists. We have people who produce events and experiences, like the one you received today when you walked in the door. Thank you, Stacy, and thank you, Laura, Katie. So those are good jobs, as I stated. And according to the most recent research that BRAC's just done for us, visitors spent about $450 million in Baton Rouge in 2022. That's a lot of money. and certainly it produces a whole lot of tax revenue as well. In fact, I wanted to share with you that if tourism went away in the state of Louisiana, each household in this state would have to pay an additional $1,000 per year to just receive the same level of services that we are receiving right now. So tourism does help us make our state and Baton Rouge better. And it is a vital part of our economy. I'm sorry. Visit Baton Rouge has long been known in the traditional sense, as Claude said, as a Convention and Visitors Bureau or a destination marketing organization. We marketed and sold the destination, and Paul and his team did this extremely well for many, many years to visitors, meeting planners, convention planners, sporting events, right holders, etc., tour groups. But last year, prior to my arrival even, the board and the staff outlined a strategic plan to move us to being more of what Claude outlined as a true destination management organization, a true destination leadership organization. Our board underwent a strategic planning program and knew through that effort that marketing will get a visitor here once, and then that's very costly. But will that visitor or that guest stay longer, tell other good things about Baton Rouge, or even come back if we don't address or assist in managing the issues that affect their experience while they're here? Probably not. They probably won't come back. And it's a whole lot more costly to get a new person to visit Baton Rouge than it is to get a repeat visitor. So we understood the importance of being involved in taking care of those issues. So this new strategic plan outlined 4 key initiatives, and we have created several task teams of board members and made up of our community leaders who are tackling each initiative alongside our staff. The number one initiative is, of course, to continue to do what we've done all these years, and that is to sell our destination to visitors and to be the best, most innovative accredited DMO that possible. I want to thank Paul because years ago he made sure that Visit Baton Rouge was one of the first accredited DMOs in the state of Louisiana, and in fact, one of the first accredited DMOs in the country. So Paul, congratulations. We've had that designation for almost a little over 15 years actually, and just redid that, or asked for our reaccreditation, put in all of our work to do that. So hopefully we will find out in the end of May, 1st of June, whether we have been reaccredited. We are also stepping up our research efforts and our marketing game with a more targeted niche approach to marketing, and you'll hear a little bit more about that in just a second. The second initiative is to expand and enhance the visitor experience. A few things that we're working on that we're excited about are a film trail. We are also helping to expand our outdoor experiences like kayaking and walking trails, bike trails, along with the Downtown Development Organization. We're working with our partners to expand and enhance our festivals and events. How many of you were at Blues Fest? Any of you? Yeah, pretty good, right? Yeah. We actually sponsored the stage, and we also sponsored a new light show called Video Mapping. Some of you may have seen it. It was on the backside of the old state capitol, and I want to thank Stacy because she worked very hard along with Renee at the Arts Council to make that happen. And you'll be seeing more of those kind of things just to surprise and delight. That's what we want to do. We're promoting our growing culinary options. Most of you know that the culinary scene here in Baton Rouge is growing all the time, and we're excited about that. We're improving our capacity to host conventions and sporting events. We were part of the city and the management company with the River Center to hire a professional to come in and take a look at the River Center and tell us what we needed to do to improve that facility in order to host more events and conventions there, and hopefully to leapfrog our competition. That is our goal. We want to make sure that that facility is one that is impressive enough that people really do want to visit here and bring their groups here. We also just completed a sports marketing and facilities assessment, and that came back to us saying we needed to hire a sports marketing director, which we have done, and also that some of our sporting facilities needed improvements, and that they made suggestions on how we could improve those facilities or even add new facilities in order to attract more of our youth and amateur sports. Our third initiative was to improve visitor mobility into and within Baton Rouge. We are working on that as well. And we are also taking a look at our airport, working very closely with Mike and his team, Mike Edwards and his team. We are working very hard to promote the new flight that's starting in June to DC. I know many of you have heard about that. We'll be promoting that in the DC market where a lot of associations are located. And we're looking at how we can encourage more trails and bike paths and ways we can connect our communities, our universities to our center city. We're already communicating the necessary but yet very disruptive, we know, to our visitor market, I-10 improvements, and how can our visitors still get here and move around our community while they're here when that's going on. So our marketing team is working very hard on that. Our fourth initiative is to advocate and provide leadership on travel industry issues that kind of hold Baton Rouge back as a destination. We call this filling the potholes. How do we make the path smoother, easier, cleaner, safer, more beautiful, and more friendly with our guests and potential guests to book and stay with us? Everything from litter and safety issues to recruiting and education for our workforce. Those are all the things that that committee and that task team are working on. All of these strategic initiatives have many tactics to accomplish and require us to partner with a lot of folks in the community and fellow economic development agencies and community leaders. And we are very grateful that they have come to our table and are working with us on all of these things. Yeah, it is a lot to accomplish as I'm outlining all of these things, but we have a great board led by Claude. We have super partners in the industry. We have very hardworking stakeholders and a great Visit Baton Rouge team to get it done. So we know that this strategic plan is going to be carried out. It looks like it's going to be about a 3 to 5 year plan, but we feel very good about getting it accomplished. Visit Baton Rouge has a staff of about 16 full-time people who work at our office on 3rd Street, and we have another 7 part-time folks who work at the Capitol and work at the airport and also in a visitor center in our office. We divide our work into kind of 3 buckets. We have a sales team, as I said, that go out and actually recruit business to our area through meetings, conventions, sports, even in group travel organizations. Because of their efforts, we have in 21 and 22 had hotel revenues that exceeded what was 2019, a record-breaking year. And those were our benchmark numbers. And so we are very pleased to tell you that we think we will do that again in 2023. And so the business is still continuing to grow. We had 244 conventions, meetings, and sporting events in Baton Rouge last year. And we, as I mentioned earlier, we just hired a new sports marketing director. That particular part of our business is more now than half of the events and conventions that come to Baton Rouge. It is a huge business. The second group is once our sales team has sold it and they've booked the hotel rooms and they've got the group coming here, then it's turned over to what we call the Destination Experience and Servicing Department. And that's where we surprise and delight people. And that's what we did for you today. We brought a band very similar. This is some of the things that we will do for a group. We want to make memories for every guest that comes here. We want those guests to go away saying, as I said earlier, you've got to visit Baton Rouge. We want them telling people that out in the communities that they come from. We want to ensure that after an event or a meeting is booked, that group has an experience that, as I said, tells others. But different types of visitors get different types of experiences, and you're seeing some of those up on the screen now. Everything from petting a baby alligator to a second line at the Hilton. So we want to tailor those experiences to the needs of the group. And because of these sales and marketing experiences and efforts, meetings and conventions last year generated $33 million. And those were only the groups that we touched in our office. That is it. There are a lot of other groups and events and programs that come to Baton Rouge that we don't get to touch. But those that we did touch had a great impact. There's also marketing and communications in our office, led by Laura Kading. And this is really where we want to raise awareness of Baton Rouge as a must-do experience. We market through print and digital advertising. We also have streaming television ads and targeted digital ads. We do a lot of social media. We also have a very robust public relations effort that works with writers and bloggers and influencers. And they generate earned media for us that we're not having to pay for, which is really the best kind, because it's that third-party writer. And I see Ashley here from Country Roads. Thank you very much for a lot of that earned media. We appreciate that. Our intention is to drive traffic to our website. That's what we want to do, and grab potential visitors' attention along the full sales funnel. A few key stats that I wanted to share with you is that we had more than 16 million social media people on social media that we reached last year. We had 1.3 million people access our visitbatonrouge.com site, and more than 107,000 online partners referrals. This is where someone has come to our website and they have been referred to an attraction or a restaurant or some other partner in our area. Here are some of the examples of our print and digital advertising, our newsletter, our social media. I know you don't get to see a lot of this because, of course, we're marketing out in the drive markets around us. So we wanted to share a little bit about how we do this, and also we wanted to share some of our streaming video ads with you today. One more. So those are some of the things that our visitors are seeing out in the market. So we also have done a lot of work around the winning team that our Tigers have been this year. And we wanted to show you a little bit about the things that we did once, I guess, the team came back and we were able to share the message of how great Baton Rouge was with some of these ads. And I guess if you don't mind, go ahead and run play the video, the next video.
We like sparkles, we like diamonds, we like Mardi Gras, we like to eat, and we like to party. So I'm filling the bill for my own self.
That was one of our Instagram. It went viral. Oh gosh, I guess we received about 624,000 impressions on that one video. So we were excited about that, and certainly it shares the message that you're a winner in Baton Rouge. So that's just a little small taste of what we do, but stay tuned this year, because what we're going to be doing is a great culinary campaign, and we are also sending an RFP out to media to assist in researching and creating a new brand for Baton Rouge. We want to tell our story, and we're going to need your help to do that. As I said, we can't do all these things alone, and we need your buy-in, your commitment, and here's how we need your help. We want you to be a visitor in your own backyard. Go out and explore Baton Rouge. Use that hashtag, Explore Baton Rouge, and post it on all your social media channels. We'll pick it up if you do it. Invite your friends and family. It is the #1 reason people come to Baton Rouge. Host a conference, a convention, or a meeting. How many of you belong to another professional association or a trade association or a social organization other than Rotary? Raise your hand. Have you ever thought about inviting them to Baton Rouge to meet? Or have they met in Baton Rouge before? We'd certainly love to help you bring them here. So please, go back and think about that. Use Visit Baton Rouge staff and visitbatonrouge.com as a resource. Connect with us on social media, and be a raving fan of your hometown. We need you to be positive about Baton Rouge. We want you to spread that positivity to others. I'm going to leave you with my own personal philosophy, and then if we have time, I'll answer any questions that you have. But it's an old African proverb, and it says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And that's what we need to be doing. We need to be promoting this city and this area together. And so we're going to need your help to do that, and we look forward to working with you. So thank you so much for having me here today, and if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer, but thanks again. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to ask you, based on your tourist feedback, what is the top physical attraction and the top event?
Well, our festivals, of course, are our top events, and I would say one of the top events is, of course, Mardi Gras, Blues Fest right after that. And then the other, I think the top attraction right now, there are probably two that are at the top. Of course, that Capitol, which is the tallest one in the country, and also Mike the Tiger. Yeah.
When you mentioned the sports stuff, do we still have that sports federation group, and how do they work with you guys?
Yeah, we part of the study actually that we did was to look at the sports foundation and how it works with Visit Baton Rouge, and we're meeting with them now to figure that out. We sure are.
But there's a big soccer tournament at Burbank coming up. Was that through them or
Through us? Yeah, through Visit Baton Rouge. We actually, that soccer tournament is going to bring in, I think, about 130 teams. It's going to be over a 9-day period, and it's going to produce $22 million in economic impact for this community. It's huge. It really is. And we want to do more of that. So, and there are a lot of others like that. We just had a huge volleyball tournament in the Raising Cane's River Center, 16 courts were set up in Raising Cane's River Center, along with the fact that we were also hosting a wrestling tournament at the same time. So it was, sports is really big here in Baton Rouge. Any others?
What is the capacity of our largest hotel conference center?
I guess the actual hotel and conference center would be the Crown Plaza, and it can hold about 800 people in rounds. Now, our ballroom at the convention center can hold quite a bit more, usually somewhere around 900 to 1,000. And that's seated. Anything else? Any others? Yes, sir.
You mentioned that you are thinking about the I-10 expansion.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm curious, any game plan for when that happens?
Well, I think that the city certainly does have a game plan, and we've been meeting with them and the Department of Transportation in outlining, and that would be a great program for Rotary. It really would be, because we have been working very closely with them, and they do have a plan. And we're going to be part of that communication plan. Any others? No? Thank y'all so much.